Hello world travelers, flying Caveman here. Today we're flying from Dubai in United Arab Emirates to Erbil in Iraq. We're on FlyDubai today and they operate most of their flights out of Terminal 2. Pulled up in a taxi, came through the front doors, straight through the doors. There's a big bank of check-in counters that are almost all for FlyDubai. Check-in's pretty easy here. Came over to security, walked through pretty easily. It wasn't real busy while I was there. Bag search, and then you're into the departure area. You've got a very large duty-free area here. You've got a McDonald's, a KFC, Krispy Kreme, restaurants, several smaller fast food eateries over here, and a lot of seating. So it's actually a pretty comfortable lounge if you're only there for 3 or 4 hours. Alright, your taxi lets you off right here in front of the terminal. Short walk up here, walk through doors. There's 2 sets of doors. Door number 1 is my lucky door today. Walk straight in and there's a large bank of check-in counters. These are almost all FlyDubai. There are a couple other airlines that operate out of here. They've got a check-in counter sporadically through here. Found my check-in counter, went up. It was about a 15-minute wait. Checked in my bags and we're off to security. Okay, I'm all checked in now, but they won't allow me to video security or passport control, so here's a shot of Krispy Kreme to keep you happy while I walk through security. Security, you're greeted with the duty-free store. The duty-free stretches just about the entire length of this terminal, so if you need to pick up something, alcohol, toiletries, books, iPad, iPhone stuff, electronics, they've got just about everything here. All the way up at the end of this walkway where I'm walking, there's a McDonald's and a Kentucky Fried Chicken. And there's also a FlyDubai business class lounge if you're flying business class with FlyDubai. And here's the McDonald's and the Kentucky Fried Chicken. I wish they had more seating. It always seems to be a little bit of a struggle to get a seat, but if you wait 5 or 10 minutes, you'll get one. There's a little restaurant off to the right here with some sandwiches and pastries and coffee. And then right around the corner there is Krispy Kreme. The gate area here is very linear. All the gates are just one right beside the other, and you don't actually get on the aircraft from here. You're going to walk out and you're going to get on a bus. You can see all the little fast food places behind. You got a little bit of America there. You got Starbucks. You got a Subway over here. There's several other fast food style restaurants with a Middle Eastern theme. And this is one of the airports that's kind of a hub to the world. You're likely to meet somebody from just about any country in the world while you're here. It's pretty unique. Alright, we're here at gate F6. This is where we're boarding from. Like I said, you don't actually get onto the aircraft here. You're going to walk outside and get on a bus, and the bus is going to take you to the airplane. This is what the buses look like. They're pretty comfortable. They're air conditioned. They have to be in this part of the world or you just sweat off 5 or 10 pounds. As we pulled up to the aircraft, they were still doing a little maintenance. They had to change a tire. Some of the passengers on the bus were a little upset that they'd take the time to do this. As a person that travels a lot, I'd much rather see them change a tire than to land in some far off place and blow a tire on the runway. This is a good thing. Alright, after the tire changed, everybody's getting on board the aircraft. It's a very nice Boeing 737. It's very comfortable inside. And as you walk through the door, it's obvious they've got the air conditioners going full blast because it's pretty pleasant once you get inside. Business class on FlyDubai is pretty nice. A little more expensive than I'm willing to spend on a 2.5 hour flight. I've done it before. I didn't regret it. But this is, like I said, 2.5 hours. So not going to spend the money today. Making my way back to 17A. It's what you expect from an economy airline. Seats are kind of cramped. Get cozy with your neighbors, whether you like it or not. But for 2.5 hours, I'll survive. And this is what the seat looks like. I got the window seat. We're right behind the exit row. They were very strict about people moving into the exit row if you hadn't paid for it on today's flight. They're usually not quite that strict. The pushback and the taxi out takes quite some time if you're on FlyDubai. Quite frankly, if you're not on an Emirates or an international carrier, you get quite the taxi around the airfield. Here's a picture of an Airbus A380 with Emirates painted with a special livery. I wanted to show this. Other than that, I'm going to cut out most of the taxi out. This just looks pretty cool to me. It took about 20 minutes for us to get out onto the runway for our turn for departure, but we're finally on the runway, ready to take off, and I'm going to record some of this so you can enjoy the takeoff into the sunset here. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of leg room here. That's okay, it's a 2.5 hour flight, and quite frankly, in economy, this is what you expect. The row in front of me was an exit row seat. Nobody was sitting there, so nobody reclined back into me. Some wine, some beer, some sodas, some ramen noodles, what to me are Pringles, and some water for sale. And they're getting ready, they're bringing around the food. One of the flight attendants did get a little short with me today for recording, so I didn't shoot a whole lot of video. But once we asked me to turn it off, I turned it off. The tray table is good sized for economy. There's no one sitting beside me, so that made for a comfortable ride, and there's plenty of room here for the food that they're about to bring out. You don't get a whole lot of food, but what food you get is very good. The previous flight I had was a smoked chicken. This time I got a chicken kofta. It was very delicious. The service was very prompt. I'm gonna go ahead and sum up this flight. overall, pretty good experience, with the exception of the one flight attendant who got a little short. Can't really blame them. They've got a tough job to do, so I'm not going to hassle them. Today's flight took about 2 hours and 18 minutes. I had no one next to me, so it was fairly pleasant. The food was very good. The flight attendants were very, very polite, with one exception. Aircraft was very, very clean. Had a small maintenance issue before we got on, but like I said, I'm glad they fixed it instead of taking a tire that was questionable. The arrival process at Arbil is very efficient. You go through passport control, you pick up your bags, it gets done very quickly. And then I go and I'm going to get in a cab and I'm going to go to the Hotel Divan. I'll leave a link in the description for our Hotel Divan reviews. I've got several of them. Thanks for flying along with me today. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit subscribe and notify and give me a thumbs up. Thank you.